The incredible actor Hugh Jackman once said, "The smell of fresh-made coffee is one of the world's greatest inventions." Oh, do you agree? The facts are that almost 75% of US adults drink coffee every single day, per Drive research. With its slightly bitter taste and warm-colored hue, a cup of joe is built into many people's morning routines, sipping it before they can even think about doing anything else. And for others, there is nothing quite like a cold brew or a latte in the middle of the day to help get over that 3 p.m. slump. But coffee is so much more than a must-have morning drink. Per the Department of Agriculture, it's a natural source of phosphorus and magnesium. Packed with antioxidants, this beverage can offer some impressive health benefits. In fact, coffee is the biggest source of antioxidants in the American diet. If you are one of the many people who drink coffee every day and are wondering what this habit might be doing to your body, keep watching to learn more about this important topic. Depending on how it is served, coffee can have some pretty amazing health effects. Here are some outcomes associated with coffee consumption that are pretty impressive. More energy. Coffee beans contain caffeine, a natural stimulant that can help you feel more energized. Specifically, this compound stimulates the central nervous system, helping people get a little more pep in their step. Regular BMs. Drinking a cup of coffee, or any caffeine-containing drink, can give you a boost of energy. But it may also leave you with a feeling of needing to go number 2, and rather quickly, too. Coffee consumption has been shown to stimulate colonic motility, or the movement that occurs in your gastrointestinal tract. And some data published in Nutrients in 2021 shows that coffee drinking promotes the desire to have a bowel movement among around 1/3 of the population, thanks to this stimulation of colonic motility. Improved mood. Many coffee lovers will agree that a good cup of coffee is the ticket to happiness. And there is actual data to support that idea. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Basic and Clinical Physiology and Pharmacology showed that healthy adults experienced improved mood 30 minutes after caffeine consumption. Further, drinking regular coffee resulted in higher and more significant mood improvement than drinking decaf did. If that isn't enough to put a smile on your face, we don't know what is. Reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease. Coffee doesn't just deliver a jolt of caffeine. Coffee also contains a number of bioactive polyphenol compounds that may support certain aspects of our health, including our brain health. And some evidence published in 2021 in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences suggests that coffee consumption may be correlated with a decreased risk of developing some neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and dementia. Lower cardiovascular disease risk. Would you believe that the simple act of drinking coffee may support your heart health? According to a 2018 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, habitual consumption of 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day is associated with a 15% reduction in the risk of cardiovascular disease. Better thyroid function. A 2023 study published in Nutrition Journal found a potential association between moderate caffeine intake and improved thyroid function among people with metabolic disorders. Specifically, caffeine intake of between 9.97 and 264.97 mg per day was positively linked to a healthy thyroid-stimulating hormone level. Potential risks. It's clear that coffee consumption is linked to some pretty impressive benefits. But coffee isn't a perfect drink for everyone. Let's look at some of the possible downsides. Anxiety. Excessive caffeine intake is linked to an increased risk of experiencing anxiety, per 2020 research published in Nutrients. Another study published in 2021 in Curious evaluating college students showed that greater caffeine intake was associated with anxiety, as well as with sleep disorders and poor appetite. Increased risk of fracture. Osteoporosis is a condition that affects almost 20% of all women over the age of 50, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Having osteoporosis can increase a person's risk of experiencing a bone fracture, which can severely affect their quality of life. Coffee consumption is associated with negative effects on bone health, according to some data, but not all. One systematic review and meta-analysis published in 2022 in Osteoporosis International showed that a dose-dependent relationship may exist between coffee consumption and hip fracture incidence, meaning that the more coffee consumed, the greater the risk of fracture. Possible pregnancy complications. Expert organizations, like the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, suggest that up to 200 milligrams of caffeine daily is fine to consume during pregnancy. However, new evidence suggests that even a little bit of caffeine may come with some risks. One 2021 meta-analysis published in BMJ Evidence-Based Medicine showed that, of 17 meta-analyses, 14 of the studies showed that caffeine intake during pregnancy was linked to an increased risk of miscarriage, stillbirth, low birth weight and/or small for gestational age, and childhood acute leukemia. Always default to your healthcare provider's recommendation when determining whether caffeine is safe to consume during your pregnancy. High blood pressure, but maybe not. Regular consumption of coffee has been often associated with both positive and negative impacts on blood pressure. While short-term intake may cause a slight and temporary increase in blood pressure, studies, such as one published in 2022 in Blood Pressure, show that long-term consumption does not lead to a sustained rise or contribute to the risk of developing hypertension. Nevertheless, individual responses to coffee may vary, and those with certain health conditions or a predisposition to hypertension should consult with a healthcare professional. Dependency. Because the caffeine in coffee is a stimulating drug, those who habitually drink caffeine from coffee, tea, or whatever may develop a physical, emotional and psychological dependence on it, per StatPearls. Additionally, coffee drinkers may experience caffeine withdrawal syndrome, which can result in headaches and other unsavory effects. How much coffee is safe to drink? Research shows that moderate consumption of coffee, typically 3 to 4 cups a day, in healthy individuals poses no significant health risk and may actually provide some benefit, though personalized nutrition is key, and how caffeine affects people individually is quite wide-ranging. If you're sensitive to caffeine, keep your cup of joe to a cup or two max. While coffee provides numerous health benefits, certain people should limit or avoid it. This includes people with sensitive stomachs or those prone to gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD, as caffeine can stimulate acid production. Those who are pregnant, as well as people with sleep disorders, anxiety or an iron deficiency or iron deficiency anemia may also want to limit their intake, as coffee can inhibit iron absorption. And finally, if you take medication to treat thyroid disorders, like levothyroxine, it's important to limit or avoid coffee, as it can interact with this medication, according to a 2021 review published in Pharmaceuticals. What are the pros and cons of coffee? Coffee has its pros and cons. On the positive side, coffee is rich in antioxidants that may offer benefits like enhancing brain function and reducing the risk of several diseases, including Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. However, coffee also has some downsides, like being linked to an increased risk of insomnia and anxiety among some people. Is drinking coffee every day bad for you? According to Shaw, coffee isn't bad to drink every day. Unless you've been advised by your healthcare team to limit consumption for specific medical reasons, like pregnancy or if you are a female and have been told you have a high fracture risk. Consuming coffee actually has been shown to have positive health benefits, she shared. Is it better to not drink coffee? For generally healthy people, if they enjoy drinking coffee, it appears to be safe to continue to do so, as long as they are not drinking it in excess. What is the healthiest way to drink coffee? Your best bet is to drink it black, without any added sugars or fats. If this is not possible, adding some 2% milk, oat milk or other low-sugar dairy-free alternatives can add some creaminess and nutrition to the mix without a large amount of added fat or sugar. How many cups of coffee a day is healthy? On average, up to 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day, or approximately 400 milligrams of caffeine, is considered safe for most adults and can be part of a healthy diet. However, individual tolerance may vary, and potential health impacts can depend on various factors such as age, existing health conditions and lifestyle. Always consult with a healthcare professional for personalized advice. The bottom line: drinking coffee every day appears to be safe for generally healthy people, and this habit may actually offer some health benefits too. While there are some potential side effects of consuming coffee, and certain people should avoid it, generally, enjoying coffee every day appears to be a-okay. Of course, it's always wise to confirm whether coffee is right for you with your own healthcare provider before you sip away.